calling solve by substitution. New Mr. Todd. I won't be asking nicely to put the phones away. Put them away. Or I'll have a brand new phone. And we can fight about what it's going to take to get it back. Put it away while I'm teaching. That's good. Thank you. The elimination method. Some of you are going to like this way better than substitution. This can go really well. Check out this question. Find the point of intersection of y plus x equals 4, y minus x equals 6. We already know the substitution method. I don't know. We sort of know it. We're sort of working on substitution. Let's solve the first equation for y. So here's the first equation. Put a little 1 and 2 beside them so you know which one's which. And I want to rearrange that one so it's y equals. What has to move in that first equation? Let me get the little highlighter out. The x has got, oh good, the x has got to move. So when it moves over to the other side, what does it become? Negative x. Ooh, that was interesting. More than a couple people answered that time. Maybe you're starting to see these enough times where you start to go, okay, well, I can't do all of it, but there's some of these steps I can do. Then, as usual, we substitute that y in the first equation into the second equation. What I mean by that is I put in 4 minus x for the y in the second equation. That's what substitution was all about. Combining the two equations to make a new equation that only has x's in it. Now this one's a hard one. This isn't particularly easy what has to happen here. I've got to combine those x's, then bring the 4 over. When it moves over, it becomes subtract 4. Yeah. So those steps are getting a little repetitive. I don't say they're easy, but it's the same steps every time with these ones. Sub one equation into the other, and then solve for the new x. We did have to deal with some negatives in there, though. Question?
So if it was x minus x, why would it make 2x?
It's negative x minus x, but good question. Yeah. Hard when it's like negatives and negatives like that, yeah. What's next? Challenge yourself. Do you remember now? What's next?
Y equals 4 minus negative 1.
Yes, put that in there. Y equals 4 minus negative 1, which is a difficult integer question. We talked about some being easy and some being hard. 4 minus negative 1 is no joke. That is a tough integer question. 4 subtract a negative would be the same as 4 plus 1. It's 5. Maybe you need your calculator for that. Maybe integers don't quite click in when they're that difficult. Now, if you dislike that and the steps that go on there, don't. If you dislike that method, here, check this new method. It's called solving by elimination. Do you have this down? Brace yourself. You might like this new method. You might suddenly go, oh, see, now that I like. I'm going to do the same question another way. Let's try something new. look at the original equations. Y plus x equals 4. Y minus x equals 6. Mr. Todd says, if we can add things to both sides of the equation, can we just add the equations? And the answer is yes. Check this out. I'm just going to add the equations. What's y plus y? Yogurt plus another yogurt? 2 yogurts. X plus negative x, those cancel. Gone. I don't have any x's anymore. Nice. If you're ahead of me a step, you might be like, does this always work? Yes. We can always make this work. And what's 6 plus 4? 10. Where's the x? It's gone. That's why this is called elimination. I eliminated the x. If you're a step ahead of me, you're like, this will only work if that is positive x and that one's negative x. Why are you showing us a method that doesn't always work? There's more to it than what I'm just showing here. This one is all set up to work. And the solving for y is easy. 10 divided by 2. Is it still right? Is that the y I got in the previous example? Yeah, it's the right y. Now it says solve for x. Yes, I can put that y in. Sub this y equals 5 into here. 5 plus x equals 4. And when I move that 5 over, I get negative 1. The same as I got before. So here's an alternate way of doing these questions that still gives right answers. It's pretty nice. It has weaknesses, or I would have shown it first. And I'll show you the weaknesses as the lesson goes on. Do you need more time there? Now a bunch of words that you don't have to copy down on the next page. You're just going to read through them together. We'll read through them together to understand what this new method is all about. It says, solving by elimination. The elimination method. If a coefficient, the number in front of one of the variables, matches in the two equations, but with opposite sides, add the equations to eliminate the variables. You have questions. What if the signs are not opposite? I'm going to show you what to do so you can make them opposite. What if the coefficients are not the same? I'm going to show you what to do so you can make them the same. We can always make them the same. We can always make elimination work. That's why it's very popular. And it's a little bit simpler algebra. Here we go. Level 1, starting question. For elimination, we want either the x's and the y's to be the same number, yeah, but opposite signs. Are the y's the same number, but the opposite sign? No. Are the x's the same number, but the opposite sign? Yes. This is a very nice elimination question. You will see this on the test. You will see one that's a nice, easy elimination question. In fact, this is a fairly difficult substitution question. We just did one like it. Here we just go add 2y plus y. Add. Now she's making fun of my writing. Jeez. All right, hold on. I'll fix. No. Add. I just said she. I didn't say her name. Two yogurts plus another yogurt. 3 yogurts. Now, if you really want to understand elimination, here's where you get the understanding from elimination. X plus negative x. If I get a positive x and a negative x, those cancel out when I add them. What's 10 plus 2? 12. divided by 3, and I got the y value. See? Some people really like elimination. There's got to be something else here, Mr. Todd. This is too easy. There is. I got to show you some situations, some difficult situations. But I'm not done. I got to sub the y in. I got to go sub y equals 4 into, I don't know which equation to use. So if you don't know, just go ahead and sub it in the first one. It doesn't really matter. And what's 2 times 4? 8. And the opposite of adding 8, subtracting 8. And so I get x equals 2. So my point of intersection, I'm using this short form all the time now, is 2 comma 4. All right, at this point in the lesson, it's usually people are like, "Way, I like this way better. It is way shorter. It's way easier." Yes, it can be. Why didn't we learn this first? Because of what's coming next. Yeah? This example was set up to be a nice elimination one. But I'm going to show you how to deal with all of them. You could do most questions by elimination now, if you wanted to. But I got to show you how to handle certain situations. One easy situation and one difficult situation, okay? Coming up, an easy one and a difficult one. Here's the easy one. 3x plus y equals 7, x plus y equals negative 3. Look at the y and the negative y. Are they going to cancel now? No, they're both positive y. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything with the first equation. But this one, I'm going to multiply by negative 1. I'm just going to make everything negative. Totally allowed to do whatever I want to an equation. So I multiply everything by negative 1. And I get negative x minus y equals 3. Now, I did that kind of quickly on purpose so you can see what I've accomplished. Look at the y's now. Do you see it? Y and negative y. Now it is positive y and negative y. And they'll cancel out. Okay? So if they're almost the same, but they just happen to be the same sign, we can just multiply one of the equations by negative 1 and then add them up. It's so nice. I like elimination. I really do. I like it as a teacher. I like it as a student. Very nice and straightforward. What's the opposite of multiplying by 2? Dividing by 2. Hopefully that's becoming a little bit repetitive now. 10 divided by 2, 5. Now take the 5 and sub it in anywhere. There might not be a really kind one. That's one of the prices you have to pay for elimination. There might not be a great place to sub it in, so I'm going to sub it into here this time. I'm not being clever. I'm just like, I'll just choose one. I'll just sub it in. Sub 5 into x plus y equals negative 3. Sorry, x equals 5. So I get 5 plus y equals negative 3. And what's negative 3 minus 5? I know integers are tough for some people. But negative 3 minus 5, hopefully we're starting to be like, wait a minute, maybe I got a shot at this. It's just adding or subtracting. If it's negative 3 degrees out, and it goes down 5 degrees, it's now negative 8. Why don't you stare at that for a minute, then I'm going to look at your worksheet and see if that's a good place to break. Because with all that homework take up, I don't want to blow your brain up too badly. I did 1 and 2. There's 3 and 4. Now how many of these are 1 and 2? You can do 1 and 2. It's not enough. Oh yeah, it is enough. We could do some of these. We could do some of these right now. So we will stop there, and I will choose some of the homework questions to do. Here's your homework questions to do. It is on the sheet, yes. Later in the sheet. Now, try number 1, 2, not 3. Oh, 5 is nice. Ooh, 5's a good one. 6, not 7, not 8, 9. Oh, you're going to like 9. I'll put stars beside the really easy ones, okay? If you're not sure about elimination, I'll put some stars by the easy ones, yeah? The easiest ones are 1. 1 is really nice. It's such a good question. 2 is not quite so nice. 5, nice. Do that first. Do 1, then do 5. Trust me, that's the way to do it. 6, not as nice. 9, oh, 9 is nice. 10, not so nice. Make an effort, please. I'm coming with my homework check sheet tomorrow. And start to really dig in on the homework checks.